Hey everybody, this is the Harley Quinn pop gun tutorial. I've been getting a ton of questions on how I made my pop gun, and so basically I'm going to show you. It took me an hour to make mine, and that's when I had no clue what I was doing and when I was still trying to think in my head of how I was going to put all of it together. So it should go rather quickly. But the first thing that you'll need to start this, oh yeah, and I'll mention how you can enter for the giveaway of the actual pop gun I'll be making during this video at the end of the video. So for the first thing, you're going to want to make this bulbous part of it. For that, I just used a styrofoam ball. It's the 6-inch diameter compacted styrofoam ball from Hobby Lobby. Yeah, I got mine from Hobby Lobby, and it was only like $5. Basically, you want the compacted one because when you're working with Warbler, it will, if you stretch it over too much, you will see it in all the divots of the other styrofoam. So that's why you want the compacted one. So I'm gonna turn it over here so you can actually see me while I'm working. There we go. Okay, so here's your styrofoam ball. You want to use the smooth side of it as possible, and that's a good thing about the compacted styrofoam balls. You have like a half line that you can use, and that's the thing, like you're only going to cover the smooth side of it because the other one usually has like a really bad hole on the other side. No idea why. But you're just going to want to take a fairly nice size of Warbler to make sure that like it's going to cover half of it. So I'm just going to heat that up. And you want to make sure that you heat it up really, really good too, just so that it will stretch over this. Okay, so when you get it all hot, I'm going to heat it up a little bit more. You're just going to take it and stretch it over the half. So just take it. Where's my half? There we go. Just take it and then start stretching it over. Now you are going to have to reheat it a couple times if you need to, if you didn't get it hot enough, to make sure that it does stretch over. And then that's the thing, like sometimes when you start to stretch it, you'll get these little pieces. If that's the case, just start pushing it in with your thumb when it's hot, and then it just molds in together, and then it will be completely seamless. And then if you do have to heat it up, make sure that you don't heat it directly on the styrofoam for long so that it doesn't melt it on the inside. Because if you heat it up too much on the actual styrofoam ball, it will start to melt it on the inside. So just make sure that if you do, like, don't leave it on there for too long. So yeah. You see, that was like where it kind of like heated up together, but then you can start to mold it together. And I know that it looks like two separate lines, but when you like actually feel it to the touch, it's smooth. And that's what you want because you are going to paint over this anyways. So, you're just going to keep on doing this for the whole thing. Okay. And then sometimes, if you have like a tough time molding it with just your thumb, you can take a spoon and wet it down with some water and then just mold it with a spoon just so that it doesn't stick, and it does help blend out the overlappingness of the Warbler too. So let me just heat this up really quick one more time. Okay, so basically when you have this, you covered only half of it, the halfway part. But when you put on the actual barrel part, you're gonna go a little bit over the halfway point, if that makes sense. Okay, so you're gonna go just slightly over the halfway point. And for the actual barrel part, it's just craft foam, and it's 7 inches from here to here. To me, that just looked, good. Like, if you want to make it shorter or longer, you can. And fortunately, I was able to find these huge 6 feet by 3 feet rolls of craft foam. So I have enough to go completely around the 6-inch ball completely. But unlike with this one, I only had a pre-cut sheet that you normally find, and it does not go completely all the way around. So you will have to cut another little piece about 1 inch wide to make it go completely all the way around it. Okay. So here's your main barrel part of it that you're just gonna take a piece of Warbler and then heat it on, and then you're just gonna take it and then mold it around the ball. So that's the fantastic thing about this thing. You don't need hot glue. Yay, no hot glue. Okay, so I'm going to throw that over there for now. Just take this and heat it up. Okay, so when it's completely hot, you just want to fold it over. And if you didn't see my last video, you can go to check that out, and pretty much I explained this regular process of Warbler, where like you cut it a little bit bigger, fold it over. So yeah, if you haven't seen that video first, you may want to go check that out, just so that you kind of get an idea of what I'm doing here. Okay, I'm almost done folding it over. Okay. So, now, once you do that, all that you have to do, see, it's just now the same sheet, but just covered in Warbler. Now you're going to take your styrofoam ball, and then just go completely around it with this. So I'm going to go ahead and take this end of it and heat it up. As well as heat around the styrofoam ball. Just like start at one point of it. Oops, I did it the wrong way. Okay. So there we go, that's what we want. You just start taking it and going around. Just keep doing that. Okay. And then it may start getting stiff on you because it's cooling down, so just heat it up again. Just keep on heating it up so that it will stretch. Sweet. And now you just start molding it together on this end, where they meet up. So. And then once you get it completely formed around over here, just go ahead and help kind of have it form more circular. Because like I said, since it is cooling down, it's going to start stiffening up on you while you're working with it. So you just have to help it kind of form at the ends a bit more. So that's your basic form of it. See, I don't know if you can start to see it a little bit, but that's pretty much your base of it. It's very, very simple, as you can see, and yeah. Okay. It's pretty much cooling down now, so that's good, and you can see that like it's really forming a lot better. So So, while that's cooling down, I'm going to show you really quick how to make the handle that goes onto this. And then see, like, while it's cooling down, just go ahead and make sure that, like, no bubbles are forming. Like, you can kind of see it there, just, like, kind of help push it out. Awesome. So, while that's cooling down, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make the handle of it. So, I went ahead and pre-cut out this template, pretty much exactly what I used on this one. And to get these bulbous pieces that are actually going to go on the handle, I just sculpted them out of Model Magic, just because it's lightweight and it's not going to weigh down the pop gun at all. So, basically, when you take this and then set it right on top, when you sculpt it out. So just set it right on top. Then you take a piece of Warbler and make sure that it's going to completely cover it. Heat it up. So now, when you set it down, all that you want to do is push it in, so that you help to see the obvious raised part of it, which is the Model Magic. And then you can buy Model Magic at any place like Hobby Lobby, Michael's, even Walmart if you want to. And just take your nail to help mold it in. See? Just like that. So now, take it off. And see, now you have this weird looking thing, but then you just flip it over, and then place the other half of the handle on the same side. I mean on the opposite side, but make sure that it matches up with the other. So that looks even. Just gonna heat up the other piece of Warbler. And I'm gonna do the exactly same thing, but to this side. Just place it right on top, and then start helping it mold together. So now once you have this looking thing, when it's in person, you can actually still see the craft foam inside and everything like that, so you'll know where to cut it out, and then just cut out the access. Just cut, cut, cut. And then that's the thing, like, this is just my way of how I made it. You know, I'm sure that there's a ton of different ways that you can make it, but this is just my way. If you find another way that works good for you, go for it. But this just seemed to be the most straightforward way and least time-consuming way, as you can say, to make it, as in my opinion. Now the edges might be a little bit rough when you just cut it out, so just take your heat gun and go over the edges, and then you can blend them in a bit. And I'm just gonna blend them in a bit. So, once you do that, you take the base of the pop gun that you just made, the base of it anyways, and see, you can still see the styrofoam ball on the inside. You just take it and then kind of figure out where you want to put it. I'm gonna say right here is good. That's good enough. It's in the middle. And then plus it's where the seam is in the back. So I'm just going to pretty much line it up with that and follow it as a guide. I'm going to heat up the Warbler. That's on the pop gun and on the handle. Take it and just put it together. And then I'm just going to hold it for a bit. Just make sure that it cools down completely before you let it go, or else it's going to want to start falling on you. Because, you know, this is still a little bit heavy, if you want to say, and when the Warbler hasn't completely cooled yet, it's going to start to let go and fall. So, but yeah, once it's completely cooled, it will stay there perfectly fine, as you can see. It's really strong, and it's really durable and tough. So... do you guys see it starting to form together a little bit? I hope so, because I can kind of see it. While that's finishing cooling down, let's see, how am I going to set that? Okay. I'm going to show you how to make the actual cork of it. This is actually just unpainted Warbler. To me, it gave off a really nice effect of an actual cork, in my opinion. So, I just took Warbler, first a piece of craft foam, and then made it to where, around the inside of it, like, it wrapped around the inside of the barrel part. It was just big enough to go around here, like that, but it was still snug. And then just covered it in Warbler. And then once that dried, I just basically flipped it upside down, just like that, or like it is right now over here. And then drew out this circle onto craft foam, and then covered that in Warbler again, and then just attached it onto the bottom. So, really simple way of doing the cork part of it without actually trying to find a real cork. And to me, it gave off a really nice effect and looks like a real one. So yeah, all these little details are just scraps of Warbler that I got from here. Same thing around here. These are just little raised Warbler pieces. So, that's basically the tutorial, you guys. I hope that it helped you in some way. I tried to go like really fast to show you, but you know, that's the basic gist of it. And you know, it only took about 30 minutes, and it's pretty much done. And the paint job's really simple. So anyways, for the giveaway, I'm going to finish painting this up and putting all the details on it, and I'm going to let one of you guys have it. All that you have to do is either share this this video, or share one of your favorite photos of one of my cosplays, or just share the page and somehow get the Word of Small cosplay out there, and just help out, and then make sure that you like my page too, and then you'll automatically be entered to win. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and good luck in the giveaway. And also, just in case, if you don't happen to win the giveaway, I will, after the giveaway anyways, I will start to commission these out actually for only $30. I think that's a extremely fair price in my opinion, just because I have done my research, and the other cheapest pop gun that you can get is $65. So I think that's a really fair price in my opinion, and I think it looks pretty good. So have a great day, you guys. Make sure to enter and share my page in somehow, and be sure to like the page. So bye, guys. Have an awesome day.